Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 8.5 by 11 layout. This is the fourth layout for the dinosaur series that I started on Monday. And I am using the Vicki Boutin Where to Next collection. I've been using it all week, and I decided to finish it off with one more. And this one here is the photo of us actually leaving the exhibit. And we were the only ones around, so I had him remove his mask so that I could get a picture of his cute little face. And I thought that needed its own little space. Up here in the right hand side, you can see a layout that I'm scrap lifting. That's from the Scrap Squad. And that is one of the 12 days of spring. They've added a few layouts each day, or one layout each day, to scrap lift. And I'm sorry, I don't remember which day that was, but I'm choosing to lift that one. And mine is going to look a little bit different than that one. I added a little bit more circles, and that's pretty much it. I think I just added more circles. I added one more tag top, and hers is actually a 9 by 12 layout, and mine is an 8.5 by 11. But let's get started with the layout. So first, I'm going to add the photo to this larger tag that I cut from the green pattern paper. And then I'm going to add the two other tags at the top. And as you can tell, they're just the top parts of the tag because they're going to be tucked behind the photo. So I didn't really need the whole tag. And I used up a lot of scraps and a couple of the 6x8 papers. That flower print there is actually a 6x8, so it's smaller than the paper that you see around the border. And the paper around the border, I actually cut, I only had, I believe it was like a 3.5-inch piece of paper left from that black and white flower paper. So I cut it into strips and then added it around the outside to make the outside border. And I do that fairly often if I only have a little bit of paper left or not enough to completely do background paper with it. I'll cut it into strips and then make it work. So that's how I get a little bit more use out of my papers also. And then the acrylic title is from Color Cast Designs, and that's good stuff right here. And I thought that was kind of fitting since if you were around during the pandemic, then you know that, removing your mask was the good stuff. You're finally out, you get to breathe and have it off your face. So I thought it was kind of fitting for this page here. Plus, it was good stuff in the exhibit, so it kind of fits both, but it was kind of a play on removing the mask. So, and I do have that in the journaling on the main page about, being pandemic and why we're wearing masks in the photos, because that'll be part of, his history. So I do want that in the albums, at least a little bit. So here is, I've added the 3 circles. In the sunshine one is going to be where my title is going to go, just like that. And then the other 2 flower ones are going to go to the top left and the bottom right. And then I'll actually add a little other one at the bottom after I cut it off of one of the other ones that's going to go at the bottom and the top. So I'll show that when I do that. But here I'm adding a couple of the die cut flowers. I cut out a lot of those in gold, black, and the lighter teal color, and a white, which is actually not completely white. It has green lettering or green words on it. That was from the Discover and Create collection by Vicki Boutin. So I'm going to add 2 circles at the bottom. Sorry, I'm a little bit off screen. And I'm going to add this black leaf, which is a monstera leaf, I believe is how you say that. I'm not sure. The tropical leaf. As you can see, I didn't have enough paper actually to cut it completely. So I tucked it in so you couldn't tell the part that didn't cut. And you get the idea of the flower or the leaf still. So, and then I added another little one in the lighter teal color, a white leaf, and another gold leaf. And you'll be able to see that here in a minute. I'll realize that it's down too far, and I'll move it up when I start working on the rest of the cluster pieces. Right now I'm just adding the papers down, and I'll add the leaves in. And then I'm going to get those all glued down, and I'll come back and add the other smaller embellishments to the layout. But at the top, I did the same thing. I added a yellow circle, a green circle, or that's not a T-Rex, that's a Triceratops head, the skull. And that was actually from the Chamel paper. I only got one of those on any of these dinosaur layouts, but I loved that paper from Chamel's collection Field Trips. And I've used it on a lot of other layouts, but on this one, it only made it onto this layout. But that's okay. It'll go back in my stash. I still have other dinosaur pictures to do. So here I have everything attached down except for the Triceratops head, which I'm attaching right now, and the title. So all the leaves are already glued down and they're in place where they're going to be. And then I will come in and add a couple of other little embellishments here and there. Here's the little circle piece that I said I would add over here. And basically that just gives your eye 3 little darker green places to go around. So you have the tag, the little circle at the bottom, and then the good stuff right here, title. And to me, it just looked better with more circles versus, the 1 or 2 that was on the original scrap lift. And anytime I scrap lift or I do a sketch, I use it as a jumping off point. It's not meant to do it exactly the same or do it exactly like the sketch says. Sometimes you do them exactly the same, but I usually don't. And that's just because I like more. I like to add and add and add. And down at the bottom of the larger photo, it says, I want it all. And that was, because with the dinosaurs, he wanted all the dinosaurs. He had lots and lots of dinosaurs. Now, no more dinosaurs. He don't even want his room to be a dinosaur no more, which if you didn't see the picture on my Instagram, I have pictures of his room that I painted and put together, and he had a large title piece in his room. And it says Julian's World, which is his name, Julian. And it's a dinosaur skull, but he no longer wants that in his room. So that will be changing this summer. But we're out of the dinosaur phase. But he still loves dinosaurs. He just won't admit it. But it's okay. Up at the top, I added best experience. Not that this was the best experience because we had to wear a mask, but it was the best exhibit we've ever seen on dinosaurs. This was the Sioux exhibit. And the little circle at the top that's gold, it says 5 stars for sights and sounds, which there was lots of sights and sounds for this exhibit. So I thought that was kind of fitting. These are little tiny puffy stars from the Vicki Boutin Where to Next collection. And I'm going to add a teal, black, and white up there at the top. At the bottom, I'll add the teal, white, and black. And then on the photo, I add a yellow, black, and white. And I believe that's it. In the little circle at the bottom there by the stars says so good. That was like a location. What are those tabs called? But I cut it so it mainly looks like a circle at the bottom. And it just says so good on it. And other than that, I think I'm done. And that will complete this series. I do have 2 more photos that I found that actually go with this same day at the museum. And I do plan on doing those 2 layouts this month. I'm not sure if I'll get to them this weekend or it'll probably be later in the month. I will let you know. But I will add them when I do them. I'll have YouTube videos for them. And at that time also, I will do a flip through of how the layouts actually go in the album so that you can see the portrait and the landscape layouts together plus the double pages. And I seem to get a lot of questions about how or what albums I use. I just use regular office size binder albums. They're 3-ring binders, and usually I use the 3-inch or the 2.5-inch. And I put the layouts right next to each other if they're landscape or if they're portrait, and double pages in between. So you guys will see that set up. Like I said, I'll let you know when I get ready to post that. Here's the close-ups. Enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Tomorrow is going to be for Color Rush Studios. Bye!